Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to get into my November budget because I want to see what the month of November is going to look like, how the money is going to roll in, what paychecks cover what bills, and all the good things that you need to know when you're strategizing and planning for the month ahead. So today is actually the 24th, Sunday the 24th, I believe, of October. So I'm a week and a half out, or week out, actually a week, 7 days away from the end of October. So Halloween is next Sunday and then the 1st of November. So I really have to get this really settled down and written out, so when November hits, I'm not confused as what's going to happen. So I already laid down my stickers that you saw, and I had these little cute deco that kind of matched the red here in the washi, and this is my November budget kit. These are in my shop. If you're interested in these budget sheets, go ahead and check them out. They've been up for a while. I did not do a new releases video, but this is kind of me showing them off as a new release. I just didn't have time, and it actually just slipped my mind, and I just had a lot going on. So, but here is what it looks like a little bit closer. Hopefully you can see it well in the camera. It's really cute with the 2 or 3 different color pumpkins, fall leaves, and then if you look really, really close, there's an itty bitty bird, and it's just really delicate and cute. And I thought it was just vibrant enough, but just also neutral enough that it just really went well. So the autumn vibes, the whole Thanksgiving without being overly turkey Thanksgiving, really was really nice to put together. Now these expense stickers here, I haven't printed the right ones yet, and so I use these from another kit just to get these income and expenses down. Let's see, did I do everything right? So yes, I did everything right over here, and I did everything right here. I do not print this on the sidebar in the Etsy store. It's just lines and no blocks or anything, but for myself, I do edit them and create my own kind of thing, and I really enjoy doing that, but I still enjoy putting the stickers down. And last month I had 3 salary checks, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't do that again this month. So, but I have everything down. I know when everything is due and what paycheck's going to cover what. So the first 11 days is going to be covered from this first income of military retirement, VA disability. We are going to have VA education this time. My husband is taking a course, and they usually send a deposit. And not a lot this time because he's only taken 1 class. So we'll see how much that is, but it goes straight to my husband anyway, so I'm not worried about that. And then rent, my son pays every month. So that's all going to be up front. I won't include that. And then on the 12th, my husband gets his first salary check. We do get a child tax credit on the 15th, and I've just been saving that money. And then my husband's last salary check of the month before we go into the new month. So that is all settled and taken care of. So what I need to do is to go in and take a look at my budget with all these numbers and all these categories and how we are going to look financially for the entire month. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in and put that in. And these are my budget sheets. This is an overview for the month. Now these budget sheets are a little bit different, bill and expenses, compared to my paycheck and paycheck. And the only real difference is these are more compartmentalized, and you have fewer lines for income, and then you just map out what goes under paycheck 1 and paycheck 2 and the title. But the concept is exactly the same as the monthly budget. And the reason I do a monthly budget and why it's important to do a monthly budget is to gather all the information that you know should be coming as far as deposits, or at least put the minimum amount that will be there. Now, my husband may actually have some days that are still overtime lingering going into the month of November, so his paycheck may be a little higher than normal, but I won't know what it is until the overtime paycheck actually arrives. So when I do my budget amount, I do it based on his salary and salary alone, what he would get minimum, and that's it. And the rest of it is budgeted as totals actuals. And if he has more or less, I can change that amount and then fix the numbers as I go along. So that's what I love about these budget sheets. They're extremely simple, but they're extremely informative on giving you a month at a glance, or just paycheck to paycheck. I do both. It's not necessary to do both, but I do both just to make sure the entire month is covered. And if I need to save money from one paycheck to cover the next paycheck, I can kind of see that all laid out here in the monthly budget. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these pages out. I'm going to fill out the income. I'm going to fill out the titles for the income, the titles for the expenses, and then I'm going to come back with you guys and we're going to talk about the actual amounts, or the budgeted amounts, I should say, not the actuals, but the budgeted amounts that I expect to have come in, and we'll go from there. So let me pop these pages out and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I have my categories all laid out and titled for what income's coming in, what bills and expenses are coming out. And so let's just start with the income section. That way we know what kind of money we're looking at and how I typically budget for this. So if you don't know exactly how much money you're going to have sitting in your checking account before payday, rolling over from October going into November, or if you don't zero out your account and you leave like a buffer in there, but you're not sure to the penny what it's going to be, you can put an estimate if you know about how much it's going to be, or you can just put a flat zero. And that's what I'm going to do today for my balance forward, because I have no idea what it's going to look like. So I'm going to balance forward nothing. Now, when the actual number happens, when right before these pays start coming in, that's the actual I'm actually going to put in here, but I don't even want to guess what it's going to be. I want to make sure whatever income is coming in for the month of November is going to cover the cost of everything in the bank account for the entire month. So that's why I don't really mind not having that number. Military retirement is my husband's military check after retirement check for serving 20 years in the Navy. He pays taxes, federal and state, and then he also has spousal benefits taken out, and then he has our medical taken out. So this is after all those deductions, which we do appreciate for him for taking care of our family so lovingly. So $1,497.18. VA disability is something he also gets based on the medical records and based on the examination they had when he retired, and then they update it periodically. So this is what he's getting right now, $2,160.18. VA education, I'm going to put $0 until I get the actual deposit. I don't want to guess on it. It's been a few months. He has not taken a course in a while because he took the summer off and then he's been deployed. Because he is a contractor for the Navy, even though he's not active duty. He does travel on business with the Navy, as I call it. So, yeah, that's what that is. So anyways, our son pays us rent is $664.00. Any dividends that get attached to our checking account, because it's a very extremely low yield credit union savings or checking account, and it's usually like 2 pennies. I just put it on the end of this and on the actual number. That way my number stays balanced to the penny. So on estimate, my husband brings home after taxes, after Roth, post-tax contributions and all that stuff. He brings home $2,313.28. On average, that is a salary check. That's what I know for sure is going to go into the bank account. Now, in November, this first salary check may be up just a little bit based on how many days he was still gone traveling on business during this paycheck period. And I don't have the dates in front of me, so I'm just going to put the salary, and then when the check hits the account and it's more, then I can do the adjustment in the actuals. So we're okay there. On the 15th of every month, we've been getting $250. We have one son who is 17 years old. He did qualify for the child tax credit, and so we are getting that, and we're kind of putting it away in sinking funds, kind of building that savings, and we'll see what happens during tax season, if it changes anything or not. And if not, we have this extra money, and he's graduating high school this year, so it'd be a good bonus for him. So I don't know if I give him all of that, but, you know, give him something, you know. I do have to house, clothe, and feed the kid. So anyways, and then I have one more salary check coming towards the end of the month, around the 24th or 26th or something like that. I can't remember. So that's $2,313.28 again. I have a couple lines here in case something else gets deposited, and I can add that during the month, and I am good. Now, I like having every deposit have its own line. This is why I do my budget sheets with several lines of income, because I know we're going to get several lines or several different resources of deposits, not just the salary paycheck that my husband gets, because of his unique situation of being retired from the Navy and getting that check, and then having VA disability and all these other things. So we are going to quickly total these up and see what we have working for us for the month of November. Okay, so we have for the entire month $9,197.92. That is what we're bringing home, and that is very comfortable. More than enough we need for the month, and it should cover everything. Though it is December coming around the corner, Christmas and gifts, it's good to purchase things early. We do have a sinking fund with $550 at this time. In November, it will be $600 for Christmas gifts or Christmas experiences, whatever we want to do. But if we want to splurge more, you know, this is the time to start thinking about that. And where's the money coming from, and where are you going to get it from, and where is it going to go? So however you're doing Christmas. And this year, we are going to do Christmas a little different. We're going to go to my parents' house and visit my mom and dad and have Christmas in their house this year. So I'm really excited about that. So we're going to have hotel money and travel and things like that. So that will probably come out of the sinking fund. And then the rest of the gift stuff, I'll probably just do out of the budget. It should work well that way. Okay, moving on. So let's go ahead and start putting down our totals for all these expenses. So I start with the mortgage. It comes out the first of every month, and yep, that's just where we begin. So this is the mortgage principal and interest, homeowner's insurance, and what's the other thing? Escrow, property tax. So all three of those combined, or four of those, however you want to break it down, combined create this one payment. And it's a whopper. So it's $1,990.98. And it's so funny. Every time I see these numbers, especially with the mortgage, every time it changes, it reminds me of certain periods in my life. It's funny. 1990 is the year I met my husband, and 1998 is the year my son was born. So when I see my mortgage, I'm like, wow, it just takes me back. Helping hands is how we tithe our, or my husband tithes, and we tithe our, the military retirement that comes in. This is something we prayed about a long time ago, and we just kept going with, and where the Lord led us, and this is what we're doing till He tells us to stop. And then the VA disability, we tithe to Greater Europe Missions. We have missionary friends in that, and that we absolutely love and adore. And we pay the 3% processing fee, so they don't have to, and the rest goes to them. So they get a flat amount every month as consistent. And then Humana Health is my oldest son, who is 23. Now, we are a family of 4 adults. The youngest is 17, and then my oldest son is 23 almost on Christmas Eve, and then me and my husband. So 4 adults is what we're doing, and my son needed health insurance, and we wanted to keep him with the military TRICARE, so they have TRICARE Young Adult, and that is $459, and that is going to go up after the first year by $15, I think. I don't know how much longer we're going to afford it, but he can only stay on that program until he's 26. So, and then we're going to have to figure out what to do insurance-wise. Now, my sons are autistic. My oldest son cannot work and does not work at this time. He may in the future, but right now it's just with COVID and training and all that. It's just very difficult right now, and he's quite nervous. So we're happy to have him work around home and pay rent, and that rent actually covers his insurance. So we're happy the way things are right now. So that's what we're doing. Geico Insurance covers 2 vehicles. One's 8 years old. One is 11 years old. A Nissan Armada and a Jeep Wrangler. So we pay $107.43. Hopewell is a Christian counseling service. My husband, like I said, is coming back at some point, and I went ahead and booked one appointment after he returns, and I wanted to make sure it was in the budget, so I went ahead and put it in here. And so when he returns, I have it available, and we go just to work on our marriage and keep it maintenance, I guess, kind of thing. It's mental health, it's spiritual health, it's all of that good things. So that's why we go to Hopewell. Tithe, this is we're tithing the salary check here, and this is $310. Another thing that we prayed about a long time ago, and this is the direction the Lord took us, so this is what we do. Electric dropped by $100 this month, which was awesome. We are not running the air conditioner as much, but it is still very warm. Last month it was $250. This month is $150.01. So, and this is the actual. Usually most people don't know their utilities before they do their budget, but the way my utilities fall in the month, by the time I'm doing my draft budget or the budget amount for YouTube, I already know the actuals. I actually don't have one utility I don't have the actual on is the city utilities, and you'll see that in just a minute. Now, you will notice here I didn't put natural gas for the house. And that is because natural gas in our area, we have Virginia Natural Gas, and there was adjustments made because of overpricing, and I got a $50 refund. And so when the bill came out at $30, like it normally would have for heating the water and, for dishwashing and laundry and all that stuff, it actually was, gave me a $22 credit. So I don't owe any money right now. There's no bill to pay for us right now. So in November, when we start running the heat a little more and it starts getting cold, if it, depending on how cold it gets, then that'll adjust. That credit will go away and it'll be absorbed into what we owe, and then we'll just pay what's left. Life insurance is, for me, all 4 members of my family, $87.56. Vivint is our home security system, $56.46. T-Mobile has been consistently $206.81, much lower than what we were paying with Sprint, but they had a military plan that worked well with us, and so that was good for veterans and stuff. I'm budgeting $245 as the amount for subscriptions on our Visa, which is planned spending on our credit card to kind of keep our credit card active. This past month in October, I behaved very, very well. Hardly spent anything on it at all, and didn't have to pay it off, and paid off last month's overspending. So did very good this past month. Going in the holidays, who knows what's going to happen. I pray I stick to the budget. So Verizon, here we go, is the $82.71. And then Tithe, again, another salary check. City utilities, I'm budgeting $100. When I don't know how much I need to pay, I budget $100. And then when the bill comes out, then I put the actuals. This is a bill that I pay every other month. And so on the months I don't have a bill, I put $100. And on the months I don't have, or when I'm doing the budget and I don't have an actual, I do $100, because my average is about $200 every 2 months. So that's about $100 a month. So that keeps me without fluctuating too high or too low throughout the months. So that's where I get that number from. Sinking funds is $660. Wait a minute. That's not right. $630. I was very close. And 66 cents, yeah. That includes the $250 child tax credit up here. That is part of that deposit. And then the rest of it is the actual sinking funds. And this may change because I need to add new sinking funds to it. I just haven't figured it out yet. So I thought I'd do the regular sinking funds and then figure that out later. And it won't be a problem. Boss Land and Lawn, I think I'm going to do one more grass cutting in November. And then that should be good. They're anticipating a mild winter. So we may not have to have our grass cut that often. Or it won't be... We shouldn't have our grass cut over the winter, but it may need it a little bit in November. All right, so let's just put this, we'll just stack it on top of each other. There we go. All right, so these are my spending categories. So those were all my bills. All the bills and expenses, everything that has a due date, that's what was on the previous page, and it just happened to fall in line with all the lines on that page. Now I get to budget for the month our spending. Our typical spending is $1,000 for a grocery household. And you say it's a lot. Well, it includes cleaning supplies. That includes laundry care, toiletries, paper goods, food, and just random stuff that you buy at the grocery store. So all of that is kind of where this comes from. Plus it's holiday spending. We're going to have a Friendsgiving probably, Friendsgiving at my church. So I'm sure I'm going to bring something for that. And we're going to have our holiday Thanksgiving dinner here at the house, and snacks and all the things for company. So usually you tend to spend more and bake more. So we'll see if I can squeeze it all in with this $1,000. And I need to pay attention to what I'm buying health-wise as well right now. So there's that amount. So hopefully I can keep it in that. My husband will be home in November at some point, and yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how that's going to work out. Restaurants, we do budget $650. I want to reduce this, but I'm not ready to take that number away because my husband is not used to eating out less yet. And he, I just told him recently about a diagnosis that I had of diabetes. So I've been really good since he left, but he's been gone. And now that he's coming back, we have to transition, and it's going to be difficult, and it's going to hurt, and it's going to be okay, but I don't know how to budget for it yet. So I'm just going to keep the regular number, and then hopefully I can see a trend that we're not spending as much, and then I can lower the budget amount accordingly, and that's the goal. So $550 for miscellaneous, which is an average for us. And then I'm going to bump up our gasoline to $300. And that's because gas prices are over $3, $3.19, I think. And it's my husband, when he gets back and he starts driving more, then yeah, that's where we're going to need that. Plus I need the money to, take my son back and forth to school and sit and wait for him in the parking lots and, run my errands and do all the things. So this is everything that we have as far as bills and expenses. And so what I'm going to do is total all this up. Do I have all this on here? It looks like, can I get it all? I don't think I can get it all. So what I'll do is I'll just start here, start adding these numbers up, and then show you the total at the end. So I will be right back. Okay, as you can see, we have a total of $7,833.37, and that is excellent because that's definitely well below our total amount coming in, and it gives us wiggle room for Christmas spending, gifts and stuff, because this year it's going to be harder to get things shipped, and just we just don't know what this year is going to look like, and how to navigate, if the postal system is running 2 or 3 days behind, and if other shipping things start happening behind, and then prices go up and all that, and the supply chain gets wrecked again. It's like, I don't know. It's not going to be easy. So I'm going to take this number, I'm going to make it negative. I'm going to hit the plus sign here. If I don't say it out loud, I'll mess it up. And I'm going to add the income coming in. So $9,197.92. And there we go. We have a budget amount of surplus, which is $1,364.55. Now we may have unbudgeted items come in, and if there are unbudgeted things, I can put them here underneath these spending categories, and I would mark 0 here on the budget and then put the actual number here and track it on the actual side. And I can write over and under as far as if we went over budget or under budget on anything on here. So like whatever our city utilities are, because I don't actually know how much. Sorry, my pages are stuck. There we go. We don't know exactly how much I'm going to have to spend in this. If it's less than $100, then I would put the actual here, and then I would put in red a negative, or no, in black, a positive, because it'll be a surplus. But if it's over $100, then I would put the actual, and then negative in red, that it was over budget. So black under budget and red over budget. And I like using the 2 different color pens because that helps me quickly see where my spending is kind of going awry. Did it have a good reason? Did it not have a good reason? So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out and put my budget sheets back in my notebook, and we'll close out this video. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. That is the budget. That is this month. This is a month at a glance. I can see that I clearly have enough money for expenses compared to the income that's going to come in. When I do my paycheck to paycheck breakdown, that'll actually focus in even more on the budget, on what will be left over. Now, you got to remember, I did not balance any money forward from October into November. And I may not, now that I know there's a good amount, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'll be setting up my paycheck one. Let's see, paycheck to paycheck video, paycheck one for November, just before, right around Halloween. So just before Halloween, I'll probably have that video up for you, and I will have the closeout for, October and all those good things where I'm closing one month, setting up the next month, and this is just me setting up November. And these are the new budget sheets. I hope you like them. I hope you enjoy seeing them. I'm really enjoying the bright oranges. It's not my favorite color, but I love this color after being neutral all month last month. So I love this, but I was ready for something a little more bright. So I'm really excited about that. So I hope you have an amazing and blessed day. And as I close out this video, so have a great day. Bye.